Do you ever feel like your heart is pulling you in a certain direction in your career? Maybe to start a business or to change industries or start a side project like writing a book? Yet your rational mind holds you back and tells you that it's not such a good idea. If so, this week's episode is for you. So, this week's video is coming to you on my youngest son's second birthday. And I'm feeling a little bit reflective because it's almost like I can remember that day like it was yesterday. And in all honesty, the experience of wanting to get pregnant with baby number three and the whole birthing experience was a process of listening to my heart and letting my mind get on board as a secondary driver, as opposed to letting my heart always lead with logic and plans and strategy. So my son was not a part of the plan. You know, if I look back on when my husband and I got married, we always wanted to have two kids. And when we were away on holiday to Vietnam, I remember watching my husband playing with the kids in the pool, and I thought, geez, somebody is missing. I don't know where that thought came from. I don't know where that feeling came from, but it just came to me. And I shared it with my husband, and he was like, no, what are you, crazy? You know, obviously financial implications, time implications, energy implications as we're getting older, all those things came to mind. And I thought, you know what, you're right. It's okay. Maybe this is just a weird hormonal moment that I'm having. Seeing my husband with my two kids, it's just such a heartwarming moment. And months later, we decided actually that's what we wanted to do. And we wanted to fall pregnant. And we were very gratefully lucky to fall pregnant. And I know that many people have challenges with this. And this is something that I don't take for granted. And I'm very grateful. And during this time of being pregnant with my son, it was a time of my heart speaking to me in really weird and wonderful ways. So I had pretty much a spiritual awakening when I was pregnant with my son. I was drawn to lots of different new and wacky modalities. I remember exploring different workshops in Hong Kong, from Reiki to shamanism to crystal healing. I just went for it and followed my heart without necessarily letting my rational mind get on board and tell me that I was crazy. And I had fun with it. And I'm going to be sharing more about some of those tools that I've learned and how I can support you with your career, but that'll come later. But my point is that your heart is guiding you in a certain direction for a reason. And if you feel like you've got that little voice niggling inside of you, I invite you to give voice to it. Allow it to have some airtime. You don't have to go and quit your job and start that business. You don't have to change industries right now. You don't have to start writing that book right now. That's what I spoke about last week. Is now the right time? But you can take some baby steps to test out this idea, to just explore that seed of inspiration and that seed of guidance that you're getting, to see where it takes you. I think that sometimes we can be all or nothing, right? We have a pendulum swing. And this is what I see with the women that I work with. When I get on the phone and chat with them, most of them say, all right, got this high flying career. I think I might want to go and become a nurse, or work for an NGO, or start a social enterprise, or work for a startup and just start from the very beginning. And it can be a very knee-jerk reaction to what's going on in your life. So rather than do that pendulum swing, I invite you to start to play, start to dabble, and listen to that voice that's guiding you in a certain direction. You don't have to make a choice right now, but you can play and have fun with it. And this is the thing, as I look at my son now, who's 2 years old, and I look at the world through his eyes, I can see that he's curious. He's playing. He's not judging. He probably can't discern between head and heart. That is not even a conversation that would make sense, even if he could speak to me with his words, because he just is. He just is himself. And I think that's what we have to do for ourselves as adults. It's not about becoming something. It's actually about unlearning and peeling back the layers and all the blocks and the conditioning and these belief systems that we've picked up as we've got older, and coming back to who we are, who we really are, what it is that we really desire and what it is that we really love. Because when you can tap back into that, that's when the magic happens, and that's when you find fulfillment and happiness in a career and a life that really lights you up from the inside out. It's not about, the material success, that is important. It's not everything. And so that's my reflection for you this week. Come back to that voice that's guiding you in a certain direction. Have fun and play with it. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You don't have to make a big decision right now, but allow yourself to be curious and be like my 2-year-old son. Play, dabble, fall over, stutter with your words. Don't say them right, but just have fun with the process. Because the truth is, you're going to get there. No matter what, you're going to make it. You're going to make your life work for you. And all of it is really down to mindset and beliefs and setting yourself up for success. But first and foremost, the first key step is to listen to where your heart is guiding you. Now, as I said, I've got some pretty new cool tools that I've been working with privately with my clients, and I'll be sharing more details about that in the coming weeks. But this is the first place to start. Listen to your heart, be curious, and play with it. So, my question for you this week is, how can you play with where your heart is guiding you? Do you want to sign up for a workshop? Do you want to take a class? Do you want to read a certain book? Do you want to subscribe to a podcast? These can be really nice baby steps to start to immerse yourself into a different world. And let me tell you, once you step into a whole other world, your eyes and mind will be blown away. As mine has, as I've explored spirituality and all the amazing world of energy and quantum physics. Let yourself have fun and play, and that's what makes life really interesting. So leave a comment for me below. Where is your heart guiding you? And what's the one little baby step you can take to explore that heart's desire further? Leave a comment for me below. In the meantime, have a beautiful week.